Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We're continuing our playthrough of Folklore the Affliction. We're playing through Story Journal 2, the first story. Last time we were able to make it through Elkra Forest and travel the road back to the Church of the Crossroads. This is where our story begins now. Will we find answers to Moria's condition here at the Church of the Crossroads? Or will there be more that we will have to do to uncover the truth behind this stone? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table. Sanctuary. The Church of the Crossroads seems peculiarly abandoned as you enter, asking for assistance. Your echoing request is quickly met by shuffling footsteps from the stairs above. You are greeted by a kind-eyed priest, who introduces himself as the priest. "My apologies, friends," the priest offers. "There have been trouble in Wayland Point, and my brethren have gone to provide assistance. How may I..." The priest is stopped short as he catches sight of Moria. She looks up at him, her eyes flaring a demonic red, and the stone she clutches glows white-hot. With surprising deftness, the priest brandishes a cross from the long cord on his neck. Moria hisses and throws herself back out of your grasp. "Quickly," the priest commands, his mild demeanor gone. "Bring her into the back and bind her, and do not touch that stone she carries." This brings us to our next story skill check. We are going to need a Trickery 6, and all characters have to do this. Now, only 2 of our characters actually have bonuses to Trickery, and that's Barnaby and our Arcanist, Nicoletta. So we're going to be able to give +1 to those guys, but our Father Reynolds is going to need to roll a 6. It says, all at once, you attempt to bind Moria's hands without touching the stone she carries. So we're going to roll our 3 dice. We have Barnaby, Father Reynolds, and Nicoletta. Let's see how they do. They need a 6 or better. And everybody passed. Oh, wow. We're doing so good. All right, we need a 6 or better, and every one of them got a 6 or better. So let us go see what happens if we succeed. It says, success! You deftly restrain her without touching stone fragments she holds. But notice that it seems to be glowing a faint red color, reacting to her outburst. And it says each of us get to gain 8 lore. So I'm going to write that on our character sheets. That's going to bring us all to 148 lore. The story continues. After securing Moria in the church's cellar, you sit down with the priest in the rectory. "The stone she carries, you must have gathered that it is not the first time I have seen something like that. It has a demonic origin and is a piece to something greater. Do you happen to know how she came by this demonic shard? No? Well, we must find out. Perhaps one of you may be able to reach her, to breach the barrier that the darkness inside her has built." Our next header has something about attention, so we should just read this really quick. It says if a player has the red story marker, which none of our characters do, this wonderful word here, I'm guessing it's they, must be the character to perform the following skill check. Gaining +2 speech for the attempt. After the test, discard the story marker. We don't have the red story marker, so this does not pertain to us. So we're going to continue on with the story. This brings us to our next story skill check with a speech 5 that anyone can try to do. It states, Moria stares off into the distance. You calmly reassure her that you want to help her and need to know where she found the stone she holds. The person in our group who has the best speech skill is Barnaby. He's got +2 to his speech, so he's going to be the one making this roll. So let's see if he's able to pass. Oh, he failed. Even with +2, that only gives us a 4. And it was a speech 5. So let's go back and see what happens. Failure results in, it seems your words fall on deaf ears. And Moria continues her blank stare. Skip to a favor for a friend on page 6. Sadly, I knew our skill checks were eventually going to fail. It's really too bad. I wonder what this story moment would have been. I guess I'll have to play it again to find out. Our story continues, a favor for a friend. After several attempts of getting through to Moria, the priest finally calls you to counsel. We should not waste any more time trying to communicate with her, the priest warns. She is controlled by a powerful influence, and we must act swiftly. I know how to quarantine the evil inside her, but I have not been able to rid her of it. He pauses. I believe the source of her condition is that wretched stone she holds. I have a friend who may be able to assist us in ascertaining the purpose of that artifact. He is a foreigner known as the Alchemist, who lives in a town to the east. I actually have a caravan set to deliver some supplies to this man. However, there are a few more items we need to include in the delivery. Perhaps you may be able to assist in gathering a few precious herbs from Darkenbrow, as I tend to Moria. To continue the story, it looks like we must gather up our stuff and travel to Darkenbrow Forest. We need to travel to Darkenbrow Forest, which is right here. It's this clump of forest. And we are at the Church of the Crossroads. Now we have an option. We could take this road that goes all the way around here, through Wayland Point, down and around and over here. But I think everybody's going to get their wish and see their very first off-road event. Because all I have to do is one off-road event, and the next time I'm in Darkenbrow Forest, and we can continue with our story. Now, to tell you, these off-road events have a tendency to be a little worse than the road events. So I think we're going to maybe see somewhat of a challenge here. Let's maybe get lucky and have a nice little off-road event. Our leader token is going to pass over to Nicolette, our Arcanist. She chooses to move into the off-road event area, and we're going to draw our first off-road event card. Now, the off-road events are a little bit different than our road events. They actually have a cover card because they're so long. So we're going to draw the top one and then replace the cover card right there. That's our off-road event, and these are going to go back over here. Our off-road event says, cry for help. Passing by a remote farm, we saw a large group of people holding torches. They surrounded a man and woman tied to a post who were crying out for help. All right, we have two choices. And now that I think about it, I should also mention that these off-road events don't seem to have too much of a difference whether it's day or night. I could be wrong, and some of these could say stuff about day or night. I've not done many off-road events for an obvious reason that they're most of the time very bad. All right, our first choice is, it sounds like superstition has got the best of these farmers. Join the crowd to see why the captives are being burned at the stake. Or choice 2, it is likely these captives are occultists. It is better to move on and let these people manage their business. Oh no, okay, so we have to make a moral dilemma here. Do we go see what's going on and probably get into a fight with an angry mob is my guess? Or do we just go ahead on our way? We have a father with us. You know, our Arcanist probably wants to see if these guys have any occult stuff going on. Our Butcher just wants to join the crowd and try to calm them down. So we're going to go with choice 1. Let's see what happens. Choice 1. It says, the leader must pass an occult 6. So let's see how that goes. Lucky for us, our Arcanist is the one who's right now in charge, and she's got +3 to occult. So she only needs to roll a 3 or better to pass an occult 6 test. And she got a 6. All right, she did pass. Let's see what happens. It says, success. Tattoos of dark magic are seen on these captives. They must be destroyed. Gain 8 lore and become respected. Oh, that wasn't a bad off-road event at all. We'll never know what happens if you fail. I'll let you guys see what happens to that. All right, so we're going to mark respected on our sheet, which gives us +1 to speech and +1 trickery. Oh, that's going to help a lot. She has no trickery or speech, so that will help her a lot. We'll now pass our marker over to Barnaby, and we're going to make him take our valiant team into Darkenbrow Forest. Let's read the story that goes along with it. As you enter the thickening verdancy of Darkenbrow, ethereal howls accompany your silent footsteps. The herbs the priests describe should be found in any of the forest clearings. You emerge from the grasping brush into one such mist-laden clearing to begin your search. We are going to go on to an encounter that primary goal is to complete the map skill check, similar to what we did before. And we need an ecology 10 and any one character, +1 check for each tracking token the group has. Our goal? Find the herbs the priest asked for. During our encounter, at the end of each round on this map, if the characters have not found the herbs, the scout must pass awareness 4. If they pass the test, you gain a tracking token. If not, the group must skirmish with Rabid Wolf. We also have some optional goals where we can flip leaf piles tokens over to see what you find. If a snare is revealed, read story moment 134 on page 91. Something tells me that's not going to be that great. Okay, we have our encounter map set up. These numbers here represent a place that you can go check to see if those are where the herbs are. They're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're supposed to use 6 of these, but I thought it'd be easier if I put at least the 4 out. They don't have a 5 or a 6, sadly. So we're going to go with that. Our first look for the herbs over here. If we pass the test, then we complete this encounter. If we do not pass, you roll a d6, and then that is where the attempt to look for the leaves changes. So as it sits now, our skill die sits on the number 1. We have to get over here and search for the pile of leaves. And if we fail, like I said, we'll roll a d6 and we'll move that die to whichever one you roll. The last 2 things we have to place are these leaf piles. So we're going to mix up these leaf piles a little bit here. And we're going to put down the 2 leaf piles. We're going to take this leaf pile and that leaf pile. Let's take these 2. The rest of them are all going to clear off here. And we're going to put them right where they're supposed to go. One leaf pile goes right here, and the other leaf pile goes right there. All right. Now, we can start the encounter. At the end of each turn, though, our scout, our arcanist, which I'm looking more at the fact that maybe I chose the wrong scout because she has to pass an awareness 4. She doesn't have any extras for awareness, so it's going to be straight up awareness 4. Let's find our leaves. Since Barnaby moved into Darkenbrow, our token is going to move over to Father Reynold. He's going to be the first to go. And I think he's going to go try to get... He's got the best ecology test, so she's going to be the one taking the test. He's going to go grab a leaf pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to search this leaf pile. If it's a snare, we have to read a special encounter. And it says leaf pile, blue. Gain a bandage token. Oh, that's really good. All right, we're going to give him a bandage token. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on his character card. And just to remind everybody, the bandage allows me to recover 4 vita. Next is our arcanist. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and stand next to him. Now Barnaby is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He's going to move over there. He gets 5 movement still. And actually, he still had some extra movement. He's actually going to go 1, 2. I think he can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6 speed. He's going to go to there. The reason why is if he fails this, I want to have somebody next to another point so we can instantly try to find one. Now that's the end of this round. So we have to make an awareness 4 check to see if we run into a skirmish of rabid wolves. Since there's so much going on this board, I'm actually just going to hold the dice tray thing like this and we're just going to roll. And she got a 7. I'm sorry, it's out of camera. A 7. So we're okay this round. And we're going to move on to the next round. And we're going to start again with Father Reynold. And I think he's just going to, hang out right there. I think he's doing okay. Our arcanist, though, is going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to search this leaf pile. Leaf, what's it say here? Green, receive D10 times 4 coins. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. All right, so we're going to roll a D10 and get some coins. So again, I'm just going to bring my little tray in here. We're going to roll. So D10 times 4. 9 times 4. Wow, that's a lot. She got 36 coins. Now she's up to 76 coins. That's a lot of coins, more than I've ever had. And she's also respected. I forgot about that. So she does have trickery and speech. I have to remember these things. One thing I forgot to do is I thought I'd put a little counter up here. That's going to be our plus the number we get that's going to add to our roll over here, or our tracking tokens. And since we passed that first awareness test, he gets +1 to this roll. And he's actually going to come over here and take the test. So he's going to roll the die, and he needs an ecology 10. We get +1 to this roll, plus Barnaby himself does have +2 to ecology. He's like our super ecology guy. So he actually gets +3 to this roll, and he needs to get a 10. So we're going to bring our little dice tray thing in again, and we're going to roll. He needs to get a 7 or better. And he got a 10! Wow, this guy's amazing when it comes to checks. So we did it. We completed this, and we were able to not only complete it, we got some of those leaf piles. Wow, this is just a fantastic adventure. All right, we can remove this. Let's read the story to see what happens when we succeed. Success! You found the herbs. Gain 8 lore. An echoing howl surrounds you as you see the mists come together to form a large wolf. You notice a white, hot, glowing pentagram between its eyes. It seems an unnatural foe has been sent to track you down. Encounter a white wolf, placing it anywhere within the start zone. All right, so we have to place the white wolf in our start location somewhere down here. Sadly, there is no miniature for the white wolf. They actually show that this is the exact miniature on the card itself. We have our card right here, and it shows this as its miniature. If I had known that, I actually might have painted up one of these guys white, but oh well. There's our white wolf. Let's go over real quick what the white wolf can do. Okay, he's going to get +2 to attack. He does have 23 health, or vita, sorry. I keep calling it health. 51 defense and 5 stride. You get 20 lore for killing it. Now its special is the white wolf is ethereal. It can move through map obstructions as long as she ends her move in a valid space. All right, and it has 2 powers, Tooth and Nail and Arctic Breath. So its Tooth and Nail says the wolf claws and bites at you, causing D6 +1 damage. If he rolls an 85 or better, he gets to attack again. All right, and he also gets this 8 through 0. The white wolf breathes out a blast of ice mist. The target loses D6 vita, and those adjacent lose D4. Oh no, that's no good, because we like to stand together when we fight things. All right, we're going to put his card to the side, and we're going to start our encounter. To start our encounter, we're going to roll 2 dice. We're white, he's black. Whoever gets the highest number gets to go first. We got the highest number, an 8, so we're going first. And it is going to start with our exorcist, who's got the starting token. Barnaby is the last person to go, and that also finished the round. But he's also he's the first player, so I believe that he gets to go first. He has a 6 speed. He's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right over this white wolf and start smacking it with its aspergillum. All right, before we roll to see if we hit, I also want to talk about ethereal. It's right here. It says you are a balance between this world and the next, granting you absorption 2 versus corporeal, non-ethereal foes and snares. Full damage to ethereal foes and ignore stride penalties. I'm sure I said about 3 of those words wrong in here. I'm pretty sure of it. So that's what he does. So basically, the long and short of it is he gets absorption 2 against all our weapon attacks, and he also ignores stride penalties. Now the good thing is our aspergillum ignores ethereal absorption. So we're going to see if he hits. And he got an 83. That's a hit. All right. He does D4 damage with this. So let's see how much damage he does. He did 3. So he's at 23. he's going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. Then he also gets +2 damage, 1 for being him and 1 for being brave. 1, 2. And then since we have it filled with our holy water is going to add 2 more damage, bringing him down to 16 health. That's a really good start. We're going to put our holy water down to 2 more uses. Our Arcanist is next, and she can really just go 1, 2, 3, 4 and stop there. But since she's there, she is going to put her aura on. I know it's not going to help out Father Reynold, but that's okay. If Barnaby gets over here, possibly this aura will affect him. I'm going to put this D4 counter next to it as well to remind myself that she has 4 turns with that. Barnaby's next. He's going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he gets +1 stride, so he's going to go 5 right there. And he's got his hacker. He's going to go ahead and take a hit at this guy. All right, Barnaby gets +10 might. Let's see if he hits. A 95. He does hit. That's really good. Okay, he gets to roll a D6 for his damage with his hacker. He got a 3, and he also gets to add +2 damage from his normal modifier. But the wolf itself has absorption 2, so it's going to negate. Is that even a word? Negate. I'm going to make a word. Negate up. So he actually is only going to take the 3. So we're going to go from, nope, that's Nicoletta's dial. He's going to go from 16 down 3. 1, 2, 3 to 13. Not doing too bad. So now that he is done, it's going to be our wolf's turn, and we're going to go see who he attacks. All right, here's the 2 dice, Father Reynold and Barnaby. Let's see who he attacks. And as usual, our monsters really want to hit Barnaby. So he's going to roll his dice. Barnaby, or the wolf, has +2 might. Let's see how this goes. He got an 87. That's going to be enough to hit Barnaby no matter how much extra defense he can grab. And with a 7, he is going to do tooth and nail, which the wolf claws and bites at you, causing D6 +1 damage. And if its attack rolls over 85, he immediately attacks again. It is over 85, so he will be making another attack after this. First, we're going to see how much damage Barnaby takes. Oh, he took 6 damage. That's a lot. All right, he's down to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, man, he got hit bad. Now our wolf is going to take another attack. Let's see who it targets. Why do I even roll? I should just make everybody attack Barnaby. Barnaby the pincushion. Here we go. And he got a 99. Okay, this is getting a little too ridiculous. So again, he rolls a D6. He does 3 damage. Oh wait, a 9 is something totally different. Let's see what it is. It's Arctic Breath. The white wolf breathes out an icy mist and the target loses D6 Vita. Then an adjacent character loses D4. So he did do 2 damage to Barnaby. So Barnaby is down to 9 health already. But our priest is also going to take D4. He took 3, so we're going to knock his down 3. But he's only going to take 2 because he's got absorption 1. Because he is blessed, so he gets absorption 1. Oh, I missed the +1 damage there. All right, so we're going to move on to the second round. He's going to stay right where he is. He's going to hit him. He's going to move down. She's going to move 1, 2 to here. So she can also attack this wolf this turn. Her aura is going to go to 3 more rounds. Our wolf is going to stay there. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go over to our dice tray and just do all the attacks at once. Because we've got his attack, then her attack, his attack, and then his. Hopefully he's not around when it comes to his turn. All right, first things first. Father Reynolds is going to go, and he's going to go to 4 power points, and he is standing next to Barnaby and is going to heal him 4 Vita. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's at 13 now. Now he's going to make his attack. He got a 44. So let's see if that hits. Our white wolf has a defense of 51, and Father Reynolds has a might of 9. So if we add 9 to this, that'll make it 53, which is a hit against the wolf. He again is going to do D4 damage. Oh, he only got a 1 this time. That's okay. So our wolf is going to lose 1 from the attack down to 12, but then he's lose 2 more because of my damage modifiers. Oh, what do you know? I did remember the damage from the last one. Okay, I guess I didn't forget it. And then our holy water and our aspergillum knocks it down another 2. Our holy water then has only 1 turn left. All right, next we've got Nicolette. She's going to roll to see if she can hit the wolf. And she got a 90. That's enough to hit this wolf for sure. Her stiletto will do D4 damage, and it has flank 1. So he's going to roll. We're going to roll her damage. She got a 2. All right, she also gets a +2 damage modifier, but that's going to disappear because of the wolf's absorption. So he's only going to take 2 damage. 7, 6. Now, she could use a power point, which I think she's going to do, and it's going to go down to 4. And we're going to use Seek the Chakra, which does an additional 2 damage. So she's going to take this wolf down to 4. We're getting so close. The last person to attack is going to be Barnaby. Barnaby needs to hit. Come on, Barnaby. He got a 78. He hit as well. All right. Now, Barnaby does D6 damage with that hacker. What a good weapon. Oh, and he got a 6. Yeah. Okay, that's enough to take out this wolf. He's going to take 4 just from the hacker himself. Not to mention I would have got an extra 2 for his damage bonus. So that's 1 dead white wolf. Bye-bye, Wolfie. Woo! All right, our guys are all having a party over here after killing the white wolf. And our white wolf will give each of them 20 lore and 6 coins. Sadly, Father Reynolds is only going to get 4 because of that ring. And I did make a mistake. I did forget the +1 damage I was supposed to get because he's already got a +1 base. He gets +1 because of that item, his ring. I forgot about the ring, so I was making a mistake. He should have been doing +3 damage whenever he attacked. I guess he was just holding back so he could let the other guys kind of do some damage. Found the herbs. The white wolf is defeated and disperses into the mists. Who could have summoned that spirit wolf to end your lives? You leave the area and make your way back to the priest. Next, we must travel the world map back to the Church of the Crossroads. Once there, we will skip to Unknown Influences on page 7. All right, here we're back at the same predicament. I think we're going to have to go back through the off-road event to get back to the Church of the Crossroads. And our token is going to pass over to Nicolette, and it's going to be technically the night side because this isn't really a town or anything we're moving from. And we move from the church today over here. Oh, and then we would have passed to night over here. Okay, nope, I'm wrong. Okay, so night goes over there, and then she's going to pass back into here during the day, and then we're going to move into the Church of the Crossroads at night. I hope you followed me on all that. It kind of goes like this. Zoom, 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 zoom. All right, we're going to go here and do an off-road event. We're going to take our deck of off-road events, and we're just going to draw the next one underneath this card. And this one says, Monolith. There was a strange monolithic pillar ahead, jet black and foreboding. It stood alone in a landscape that was perfectly flat for 100 paces in every direction. Life seemed to have abandoned this place, with not even a blade of grass visible. All right, we got to take 2 choices here. This is obviously dangerous and should be avoided. Let's leave immediately. Or choice 2, it is an archaeological wonder. We must investigate. I don't know if we should investigate. All right, archaeological wonder. That means I'm probably going to have to take an archaeological test. Guess what? None of our guys have anything that has to do with archaeology. Well, I guess Father Reynolds does have, and our seeker. Well, I guess poor people do have more archaeology than I thought. So we should maybe check it out. All right, what the heck? Let's check it out. Choice 2. It is an archaeological wonder. We must investigate. Here we go. This is going to be bad. All right. It says, choice 2. We have passed into the zone of lifelessness. Our skin prickled. We felt an overwhelming need to touch its dark surface. Oh boy, okay. Each character may resist touching it by passing a nerve 7. Failure, you have to roll a D10 and add your archaeology bonus. All right, we're going to have to go do some dice rolling. All right, everybody on our team has to make a nerve 7 check. They all have +1 nerves, so they need a 6 or better. And none of them passed. Oh no. Okay, we're going to go individually on each character now. We're going to start with Barnaby. Barnaby has to take an archaeology roll, and he has to roll a d10. He doesn't get any bonus to this. So this is his roll. Oh, he got a 2. That's going to be terrible. It says, it drains your life energy. Become a ghost. Oh no. All right, well, Barnaby is dead. We're going to worry about that in just a second. Okay, he's done. Next, we're going to go on to Father Reynolds. He gets +1 to this roll. Oh no, he got a 2 too. Oh, he gets a 3 at least. Your Vita is reduced to 1. Okay, this is the worst plan ever. And last but not least, 5. She gets a 6. Nothing happens. All right, so we have a dead person. Our poor exorcist, who is sitting at 18 health, is now at 1. So that's awesome. We now have a ghost. So we're going to take Barnaby's card and flip it from this side to this side. He's now a ghost. And I'm going to go through what that does to poor Barnaby in the future. All right, I'm going to stop for right here and quickly go over what it means to become a ghost. I was hoping this wouldn't happen. Poor Barnaby has apparently touched the wrong thing. So his card is going to flip to this side. Now, being a ghost doesn't mean you're out of the game. You still get to do a lot of the main things that the other players get to do, like perform in combats and be able to help the party. But there are a few you don't get to do. So I'm just going to quickly touch on them. The rulebook has an entire whole spreadsheet and all these different things to tell you all about being a ghost. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to rectify this situation as fast as possible. So when we do flip it, it shows that you get ghost points. These are your health points now. They are also going to be your ability points for being a ghost. So you have to be careful and manage these well. If you take damage, you're going to take damage as a ghost and lose ghost points. But if you want to do any of these different things during the encounters or the game, you're going to have to use your ghost points. So it's a balance. And once you are knocked out as a ghost, you go to limbo. Now you're knocked out of the game. Sorry, you don't get to play until they're able to bring you back. And that takes place at a gypsy camp. Let's hope none of our characters see that. Also, you get to use your defense, might, and damage bonus. Now, unless you actually have an ethereal weapon, probably said it wrong, you are not able to actually use any of the items you have. So your damage that you do in combat is really only going to be your damage bonus, and you do still have stride. Basically, this is your big difference. You're going to gain this status, and we learned that status from the White Wolf. So you do get like the absorption too, and you ignore a lot of the movement penalties on an encounter map. One of the main things that's going to affect our playthrough right here is, as a ghost, you cannot be the leader token. So instead of passing this token from our Arcanist over to Barnaby, we're actually going to have to go down to Father Reynolds, and it's going to flip to the night side, and we're going to continue. If you want to know more about ghosts, go ahead and look in the rulebook. You can find the rulebook online, and I believe they even have the 2.0 version up right now, or the second edition, I guess you could call it. So I just wanted to quickly go over a couple things when you become a ghost. There also are a set of ghost miniatures that you can get for when you become a ghost to replace the miniature you have. I do have those, but I'm not going to bring them out unless it actually happens on an encounter map. With that out of the way, let's continue on with our adventure. Since it is Father Reynolds who is the leader, the first thing he's going to do is go to 0 power points. And he is going to heal himself 4 times 4, which is 16 health. So he's going to go up to 17 health. That's a bummer. You have to use all those power points just to heal my guy. But being at 1 hit point is never a good thing, because the next thing you're going to learn is that you're going to be a ghost. So it is his turn. We're getting off this off-road thing. We were going to go straight to the Church of the Crossroads. The Church of the Crossroads cannot raise people from the dead. Only town physicians can, or maybe some cards that you appear in the game as you play. In the original move from Eklund Pines over here to the Church of the Crossroads, we were not allowed to go to Wayland Point, but that was only during that map travel time. Now we can. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So we're going to get straight in there. No more road events, nothing. Right into the village, and we're going to perform some village abilities. They're actually called town services. Not town abilities, but they kind of are kind of like abilities. So here's a list of the town services we have. The one we're really excited about is the physician. He is able to, where is it? Here it is. Bring out the dead. It says revive a ghost character back to life with half their vita and full power points. Cannot revive those in limbo. So our character is not in limbo yet. He's just dead. So the physician is going to do that. It's going to cost us 20 coins, but there is something special we can do. Father Reynold has an ability that he can do at the physician. It says revive. Pass a faith 10 to assist the physician in reviving a ghost character to life for free. And I can do this once per visit. So our Father Reynold is going to be the one that's going to perform the bring out the dead action, because he's going to use his power inside the city here. Actually, now I think about it, I think he has to count this as one of his two uses of the town. The town itself, based on what you do, I'm only allowed 2 services at Wayland Point per visit. So one of the services we're going to do is the revive. The other service we're going to do is bring out the dead. That's going to be our plan. So I'm actually going to have our arcanist do the bring out the dead, and I'm going to have the physician, or my exorcist use the blessed hands. Let's see how that goes. So Father Reynold, as it stands right now, does have +3 to his faith. So he only needs to get a 7 or higher. We're just going to roll it right here. Let's hope that we are able to pass this test. Oh, we got a 2. He did not pass the test. All right, that's too bad. So sadly, we don't get to raise our guy for free, but we still get to raise him, and he's going to cost us 20 coins. And that is going to be from our arcanist's gold pool. She is pretty much the queen of money here. So she's going to go to 64 coins. We have to discard our farmer. When you become a ghost, you lose your companions. Oh, it's really too bad. He was doing pretty good. Now our butcher has 25 hit points, so we're going to bring him to 13. I'm going to round up. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to round up or down. It's probably in the rules somewhere. I just don't know off the top of my head. And we're going to give ourselves our 5 power points back. If it's supposed to be round down, let me know, and I'll tick off a health point in the next video. The other thing I forgot to do, which is actually way, way back, I forgot when we fought that wolf, that white wolf actually performed this attack, which is called Arctic Breath. And I totally forgot that our arcanist was standing next to our butcher. So she also has to take D4 damage. So I'm going to roll that, and she's going to take some damage. Oh, she's going to take 3. So she's going to go from 22 to 1, 2, 3, 19. And that's where we stand. I totally forgot to do that when the wolf attacked me. So I wanted to make sure we get that right. Now that we have performed 2 of our actions, Nicoletta and Father Reynold both get 1 more town service. Meanwhile, Barnaby, who's fresh and ready to go, he gets 2 services. So let's figure out what they should do while they're here. All right, I think what we're going to do is Barnaby is going to stay right where the physician is. He woke up and goes, hey man, I need some bandages. I think he's going to buy a set of bandages. And on top of that, he's also going to stitch himself up. And he restores 1 vita for every coin spent. So Barnaby has 32 coins. So he is going to spend 17. He's going to spend 5 for the bandages and the other 12 to stitch himself up to full power at 25. I think that's our best bet because he seems to get beat on a lot. So let's get our guys to full power. Our priest, he is going to get his power points back. He needs them badly. He is going to go to sleep. It says recover all power points and gain 3 vita. So he's going to do that. He's going to pay 10 gold and go back from 17 up to 20. And he's going to gain all his power points back. His vital healing, which is really important. And that will bring him from 30 to 20 gold. The last person to go is our arcanist. And I think what she's going to do is she's going to grab a rumor. Because I said I might try one of those while we do this story. So she has 1 thing left to do in the town. And it's going to be to grab a rumor. So we're going to take our rumor deck. And we're going to grab our next rumor, which is right there. Then we're going to put these back over here. All right. It's the exorcism. Let's see what it says. It says, misfortune is common among the inhabitants of Osterlink. Dumitriu, one of the villagers, has been acting strangely and avoiding family and friends. He has begun to act out with his fists of violence when confronted. It is suspected that he is possessed by a demon. Can you help his family rid him of this foul possession? All right, it says we have to travel to Osterlink to complete this rumor. It says, at Demetriu's home, you find him lying in his bed. Then his head slowly turns to you. One character must pass a faith 8 and then flip this card for the outcome. All right, we're going to go put this on Nicoletta's card. And we're going to remember next time we travel to Osterlink, if we do during this story, we can take care of this rumor. But for the time being, we're not going that way. We're going this way. We're going back to the Church of the Crossroads because that is where our story wants us to go. Hopefully, maybe it will send us up that way again. If not, and we have to go this way or that way, maybe we'll still cut up there just a little bit. But first, we're going to have to pass our token. Now, I believe what's going to happen is this still continues on the normal path, which means it is skipping Barnaby completely. But we're going to leave the town so it automatically goes to the day side. And our Arcanist is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. And we're going to do a road event this time, not an off-road event. And our road event says, Undertaker. We traveled a small roadside graveyard. An old man, busily digging new graves, noticed us. His hands were blistered and he asked us for a set of bandages. One character may discard a bandage to receive 8 lore. Otherwise, he becomes angered with the group and must skirmish with the Undertaker. We're not skirmishing with an Undertaker. No. All right, Barnaby got some bandages at Wayland Point. I'm just going to give those bandages to our Undertaker, call it a day. Let's see here. Discard the bandages to receive 8 lore. So Barnaby is going to gain 8 lore. And no more bandages for him. And no more skirmishing and Undertaker. Fantastic. So that's going to bring Barnaby's total to 176. Now we're going to pass this token to Barnaby on the night side. He's got 5 stride. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and cry that he's not there. We were so close. We almost made it. Missed it by 1. Well, that brings us to our next road event. And we're going to do the night side. It says, oh, it is a full moon. So if we had anybody that had that Lanthkin turn you into a werewolf disease, then you would have had to deal with that. But we don't. So it says the clouds above parted to reveal a magnificently full moon. Oh, great. I have to say the word anyway. Lanthcanthropic characters who end up skirmishing with the group must set the skirmish counter to 3. We don't have any, so this road event doesn't happen. Oh, that's fantastic. Father Reynold now becomes our party leader, and he is going to move his 6 stride to right there. Now that we've made it to the Church of the Crossroads, this is a good place to stop for now. We had quite an adventure in this one. We experienced some real high highs and some real low lows. Barnaby became a ghost, but we got him back on track. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Hit the bell symbol. You'll know when my next video comes, as well as any in the future. Please leave any suggestions or helpful hints or rules discrepancies down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from everyone. Until next time, will our brave adventurers finally get rid of Moria's curse? Or will there be more to this? And who is this alchemist? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table.